Should the Pelicans go after Buddy Hield? We're about to talk about it right now.
First took away. Dance with this. Get your money's worth out.
So looks like news coming out from Shams today, joined with Chaz and Lido. Buddy Hield has requested a trade from the Indiana Pacers. As you know, Buddy Hield started his career in New Orleans 1 year, then was famously traded, I believe, at the All-Star game for Boogie Cousins to the Sacramento Kings. Over the last 4 seasons, Lido, Buddy has averaged 276 made three-pointers a season. For his career, 40% three-point shooter. Shot 43% from deep last year. Pelicans were second to last in three-pointers attempted and 23rd in three-pointers made. Please tell me why we wouldn't go after this guy.
I'm about to, before I start like podding, I'm gonna start being Wayne. I need a lighter flick like before every anyways. I can't give you a valid logical reason that why we shouldn't go to Buddy Hield. We talking about the dude is 29th all the time in threes made. He just got in the fucking league. Like he literally just got in the league in 2016. He's 29th all time in made threes. I don't think people understand the gravity of that situation. Like who he's passed up already. He made 3.1 threes a game. Like his career 1,700. Like, anyways, there's not a reason to not go after Buddy Hield. He actually provides the thing that the Pels didn't go after. Like he provides a need. We have no shooting. Even if you had a healthy Trey, right? It's just Trey. There's like nobody else coming off the bench, or I don't know, however you want to play Trey, but there's nobody else coming off the bench that can provide that type of like gravity. And like you can, especially in this particular offense, what I'm hearing from people in the building about how we gonna play this season, like you can use this guy as a weapon. Soon as he clocked the fuck in, soon as he step over half court, he in range. Dog, I don't know if y'all remember that clip. What the tip off happened? Like Indiana won the tip,
the quickest score in like NBA history.
Dog, what are we talking about? You put that around a guy like Zion. You put that, and then not only will he help Zion and Brandon. Think about the easy mismatches and the easy looks Jonas would get. Like Jonas could walk into 15, 16 points a game without even trying. Like CJ is going to be open. It just would create so much more movement and gravity for the other players. Like it's not a valid reason to not go after him.
Chaz, do you know who led the team in three-pointers made with how many last year?
Probably CJ, I'm imagining.
Yeah, so CJ, he made 212 is what it was. Buddy made 282 last year.
Yeah, that's all these positives, that's probably why it won't happen. It was just like if this is like Matisse Thybulle or somebody, Will Barton, it would be done already. But it's just, I don't know, man. I don't think it makes too much sense. Jordan Hawkins, Griff already said Jordan Hawkins is gonna be in the squadron. He ain't need to tell nobody that. Jordan Hawkins looked like his nutrition is all the way down. Like he looked like a 12-year-old boy.
You don't think Jordan Hawkins could be good?
I don't know. I don't know if he could be good. I just know I don't think he's ready to play amongst 200-pound men. I don't think he's ready. He didn't have a great summer league outing. Dyson, he looked like he been in the gym, but a lot of guys been in the gym. Dyson, yeah. Even if you kept Trey, to Lito's point, even if you kept Trey, you still would have. They should have. Buddy Hield is a move you should have made about like 2 years ago. Like Buddy Hield should have been on this team years ago.
So then, Chaz, let's get to this then. So he makes 19.1. He won an extension on his contract. The Pacers declined it, right? So that's why he's requested the trade. Okay. So what would a trade look like to you then to land a Buddy Hield? Because you gotta get the salary, you gotta match the salary, right? If you're not gonna pay the tax. So who would you offer to go get Buddy Hield?
I think Buddy Hield is the guy is a type of player, considering all of the parts on this team and who's actually available. if you don't want to move any of your big three, I think you have to pay the tax. I would move. They're already in the tax for about $2 million. I would move Larry Nance and Dyson. Dyson had this incredible workout with Indiana. To me, that's the cleanest trade. I think Larry, credit to him for his things he brings to the table, but Larry being on the roster, and I still need a rim defender. Larry being on the roster, and I still have to worry about even because we talk a lot about Brandon and Zion and even CJ to a degree, but Larry's the guy who's it's been a war of attrition with him as well. Being able to stay on the floor. I think opportunities like this don't come around too often, and you got to take it to where the Pelicans messed up last year when you had Malik Beasley and Vanderbilt available, and ultimately they ended up going to the Lakers. And, you got to play defense sometimes. Even if you got Buddy Hield, just so another team in the West doesn't get him, go get him. You know what I'm saying? Dyson Daniels is years away. Jordan Hawkins might be a year away, year two away, who knows, right? But he probably ain't gonna get no run anyway. Go get the veteran, man. Just do it.
So Lito, if you go and get Buddy Hield, right? So Chaz, to your point, Larry Nance, I think makes 12 this year, and then I think Dyson's at 5. So Larry makes 10. Okay, so Larry makes 10, Dyson makes 5. That's 15. So you're still $4 million.
No, Larry makes like 10-2, and Dyson makes about 5-7. The trade is a workable trade.
Right. Right. Exactly. So, Lito, first off, I don't know if you agree with Chaz and doing the Larry Dyson trade package. What would you offer then for Buddy Hield?
I'm down with Larry. I think Dyson makes more than Kyra, right?
They make the same amount, but they both make more than Jordan at this stage.
Yeah, Jordan makes 4.
Yeah, Jordan would have been out of here.
But Kyra's got no trade value right now. So, why would the Pacers even take Kyra?
I think adding Dyson, my rationale for adding Dyson is so you don't have to add a first. Or you can add at least a protected first, because it's you're giving them a first.
Lito, I'm sorry to cut you off. Chaz, can you use draft picks for salary or no?
I'm not draft picks? But you don't need to in this with that.
Okay. Sorry, go ahead, Lito.
No, I was gonna say in this particular scenario, I think I would. I think I'd be down to do that move. I mean, like you said, Kyra doesn't really have any value. I don't think they'll go for Najee. I'm trying to think who else is on the roster. I mean, nobody's really trying to trade for Zeller. Like and the salary won't match, right? So yeah. I would probably be cool with what Chaz said. And in return, Pacers got some interesting bigs on their roster too that I like to take a look at. Like I like Daniel Tice a lot. Always have, always will. Play great in FIBA. Isaiah Jackson. You got I know everybody's looking at Miles Turner, but unless you're moving Jonas like that, unless you're throwing in Jonas, like you can't really do anything with that. And also, you bring up rebounding, like that's another guy who doesn't rebound at all either. And then you got Jalen Smith. Like it's some interesting guys on the roster. If you even want to get like trippy, right? Like add Obi Toppin in, right? You always need athleticism. He's a guy you want to hit. If you want him to be Jackson Hayes, he's probably more Jackson Hayes than Jackson Hayes right now.
Would you say, Chaz, you can answer first though, because you'll bring up interesting points. Okay, so you bring Daniel Tice in, right? I agree with him. He's a good player. I feel like Chaz, though, if you're going to go trade for Buddy, then Benson is thinking I'm going to the tax no matter what, because I don't think you can match salary to get Buddy. So if you're going to get Buddy, why not just add on another guy and go get Tice as well?
And see, this is where the moment of truth comes in. What's the goal here, right? Because had you brought back Garrett Temple or extended Jackson's qualifying offer, you would have had about $12-13 million in expiring salary right there to use. Like, you know what I'm saying? You can't be competitive and avoid the tax. You're wasting everyone's time if ownership with doing this, because now you're in a shitty situation where you don't have any tradable salary really, except for Herb or Larry Nance. So if it comes, and I guess JV, but you're a JV injury away from not having any real playable bigs on this team, except for Cody Zeller. And it's like, come on, you gotta pay the tax to be competitive. Or if you don't want to be competitive, just come out and say that, and everyone will just leave you alone. Like everyone will be like, all right, cool. You don't want to do it, whatever. But you gotta pay the tax.
Chaz, and what's the stat? I don't know exactly, but are we one of two teams that's never gone the tax since OKC? Is that correct, or am I off on that?
I believe that's correct. But
so every other team has paid the tax besides the Pelicans and the Thunder in its history.
I think so, but because us moving Devontae Graham got us out of tax. We're currently in the tax right now, and the crazy thing is, I don't even know how you're gonna get out the tax this season. Like again, Kyra would have to play and play well for you to get out of the tax. You got to get rid of Larry, Herb, or Brandon, or Zion. You got to get rid of somebody anyway this season.
And in hindsight, I'm sorry, Chaz, you was done?
No, go ahead, I'm done. Go ahead.
In hindsight, like truthfully, the movement of Devontae Graham, that trade was really boneheaded when you think about it, because like that was a guy who you could have just included in this trade. Like
Chaz been saying that for
he has. No, he has.
Months.
No, he has. Soon as it happened, like Chaz was saying it. Like I mean, I agree then, I agree now. And then to see how you use the player that you traded for him, you know what I'm saying? How you used him in a rotation, like how you took minutes away from Trey, who was just development. You sent Trey to the dunk contest, and he come back, he lost his spot to a guy who never stepped foot. Like it was just like I just don't understand the thinking of that.
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Because I'm saying if you're gonna stand pat.
But like, no, that's right. But like to both of y'all's points, if you're gonna go get Buddy, then let's do it. Like let's just go pay the tax, because I'm telling you right now, Buddy Hield is exactly what this team has been missing. Like Trey Murphy's coming back in like the end of November. Okay. Yeah. Buddy Hield gives you scoring off the bench, and then also you can play so many different lineups with him. Right? He can be in the back. Like he's versatile. He's a smart player, and he's lethal from deep.
Shit, he can even start, bro. Like it's so many things.
Like, that's another thing. Like, and that's another thing, Chaz. Like, okay, Brandon goes down. All right, we're fine here. We can slide Trey in. Hey, CJ needs a break. Okay, let's slide in Buddy at the at the 2 and let someone else run. There's just so many things you can do with Buddy Hield, and it makes a lot of sense. But I guess my final question is, why would the Pacers accept this trade? Any of those guys? Why would they? I don't know if whoever wants to go first.
Well, Buddy's a free agent after the season anyway, right?
Yeah.
Right. I mean, they just wait till the All-Star break if they really wanted to.
I mean, I feel like you're gonna be more. They'll be more desperate then. Like, I don't think teams are gonna be maybe as willing to do a trade at that point, because you think about it at that point. You got buyouts. You got, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got a lot of movement going on at that time. I think now is the time to do it, because like teams are probably more willing to go deeper into either the tax, deeper into the draft picks, maybe like take the 12th guy off the bench that maybe they don't want to lose at that particular point.
Chaz, can we please get off some of these picks? Why couldn't we throw in some picks for Buddy Hield?
Well, I mean, you could. I think you could add a first. I would add a first and extend Buddy Hield personally, because it's like, bro,
why not?
Why not? At the end of the day, what you want me to you want me to count on EJ Liddell? Like, what's the other guy? Liam something? Him? I don't even know his name. I didn't even care to learn his name. You want me to count on him? You want me to like?
Is he on the team, dog? Is he?
I don't even know. That's the thing. I don't even know.
I couldn't find nothing, like, and I've been looking at
it, and I don't even know.
Yeah, like, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, you good, bro. It's like I covered. I don't even know. Like Sebring, shout out to him and all that. But it's like, bro, get some professional talent on the team. Get some real players, bro. Like, ultimately, if they could make this, they could make a very attractive offer with picks and like
they could.
Picks. And you know, Larry. They already like Dyson from Dyson's workout. At least somebody did. They probably crazy too. So they like Dyson. And Larry, he can provide some leadership for that young team. A lot of light-skinned dudes on that team. It's just like, just go ahead and let's stop playing these games, man. Get out of there. Get them out of here.
Chaz says, let's roll, Lito. Let's roll, right?
Man, I feel like I want to answer the pick question real fast because I feel like
Go ahead.
the point of having picks is you acquire picks to make movement with them because you're never gonna be able to draft all of those guys. You don't want to get stuck in a situation like the Boston Celtics, like Danny Ainge was, where I almost made this, I could have did this, I was in on this, and then you don't get any of this. Now, granted, at the time he had Tatum, yeah, he got Tatum and Brown, right? But after that, like I'm thinking of draft picks that they had Aaron Nesmith and like it just never worked out because like you drafting to fill like needs or holes in your roster, right? But when you have the type of cashier award chest, whatever guys like to call it, like dog, move that shit for a player. Like, what did the Pelicans draft this year? What are we gonna do with that pick?
I've been saying this for I've been saying this for a long time. I don't care about the picks. I really don't. I don't care about having all these picks. I think
unless it was Scoop.
Scoop, that's fine. But like there are just time, like I just feel like Buddy Hield's like just the perfect fit. And like at what point are you going to get off these picks? At what point? Like when is the perfect move?
Bro,
that's my biggest problem.
You can never have too much shooting in the NBA. Like having a problem of too much shooting in the NBA, like that's not real. That's not a real thing.
Chris, we're literally signing off, but should the Pelicans trade for Buddy Hield? You can close it out.
Yeah, what do they have to lose at this point? Yeah, I'm all about adding shooting. I 100%. However, whatever kind of gun you got to get, it's enough of them out there.
What are you offering?
Grab one.
What are you offering?
Don't ask me that.
That's why I FaceTimed you. I don't know if you see Lito's background. I can't point. I'm struggling here. Lito's background. I wanted you to see that.
Come on, man.
Like, comment, and subscribe.
Come on, man.
We'll talk to you later.